Hi, guys.
Great.
Joining us for this episode of Chat is the North American Chief Instructor of Kenshi Kai Okinawan Goju Karate. He has attained the rank of Hanshi, 10th degree red belt under GrandMaster Tetsuhiro Hakama. He has focused heavily on the martial side of the art form and teaches martial science as a large part of his curriculum. Also, by incorporating his expertise in the physio/medical field, he can provide a well-rounded and effective education for all of his students. Please welcome Sensei Luis Morales. How are you doing today, sir?
Great. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing absolutely awesome. I'm very thankful for the time that you set aside to speak with me today.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So, not to waste any of your time, let's go straight into the interview, sir. Right. The first question I got for you: how did you start in the martial arts?
Well, as a child, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I was fascinated with martial arts. I will pick up the local black belt magazine, Karate Illustrated magazines at the local candy store. Instead of me buying candy, I will save my money and buy the magazines. So I was fascinated at an early age. At the age of 12, I began my formal training of martial arts, and it was strictly for life protection. Because I was born and raised in the Bronx. It was gang infested. I got attacked by a gang. No one helped me, so I needed some form of self-defense. So my sister enrolled me in my first martial arts class, which was Taekwondo. From there, I went to Shotokan Karate, and then eventually Gojudu Karate.
All right. And if you don't mind me asking, right, when it comes to Gojuru, because I when I was looking up the information for your on your website, sir, right, I had noticed that you had studied the Japanese Goju for someone with the Japanese Gojuru Federation, and
yes.
Now you're with an Okinawan Goju
yes.
Association. Is there a difference between Japanese and Okinawan? Yes,
I would say it's a big difference. Mainland Japanese Gojuru emphasize more sports type of technique and less conditioning, where the Okinawan Gojuru is more life protection orientated, and conditioning is very heavily stressed, and the applications are taught of the forms that you do, instead of just doing forms and then let's go do some free sparring. So it's a big difference in my eyes.
Okay. And from your answer, you had said you started the martial arts as for life protection.
Yes.
Right? Would you say that Taekwondo is effective for life protection?
I think all martial arts are effective for life protection. It depends how you apply it and how is your mindset when you're studying that art. Okay. So I think all martial arts is great.
All right. The only reason why I ask is because of the switch from Taekwondo, and then you said eventually to Shotokan, which then also brought you to eventually to Gojuru.
Right. I just fell in love with the Gojuru, with the circular motions and the size, the angles of the art, and I felt that it suited my body better. Even though I was a pretty good kicker back then, I just fell in love with the Gojuru, the way they move and the way they perform their katas. Okay. So it was a personal choice.
I believe it is always a good choice to know how to apply what you're learning, these movements.
Yes, definitely.
So forth.
Yes.
So that's where all of the martial science in your curriculum that you teach actually really comes from the Gojuru part, correct?
Yes. My sensei, he will have you doing a kata or a technique, and then after you do it, he will ask you why. How to use. Those are his favorite 2 words. His favorite lines is how to use and why. Why are you doing it that way? So he wanted you to analyze each motion and understand the technique. and how to fit it for your body, because everybody has different body types. Like I'm bigger than my sensei. I weigh 230. My sensei is light and thin. So he says how to use and make it work for you. So he was the one that really inspired me to analyze everything that I do in the arts.
Okay. All right. So coming up into like those whole questions, let's just go ahead and group that into one question, which was how you start martial arts. Sorry about that, Sensei.
Okay.
Let's go to our second question, which would kind of encompass what we're just speaking about, which is what are some differences or similarities, either one that you like to highlight between styles that you practice or teach, like the Gojuru, as well as Pak-mei Kung Fu. I know I left that out in your introduction, but you also have extensive practice in Pak-mei Kung Fu, Southern Chinese Kung Fu style, as do I, because your Sifu is my Sifu as well.
Oh, I didn't know that you trained with my Sifu.
Yeah, Dr. Chin, yes.
Yes.
But not too long. I've only been studying for probably close to a year now. Right?
Okay, awesome.
But when he comes down here to South Florida, he shoots me a line and says, "Okay, make sure that you meet with me. Make a plan to see me." Okay.
Yes, he's very knowledgeable. He's one of my mentors and teachers. Master Chin is a phenomenal wealth of knowledge. He's a great person too. So I have a special place in my heart for him.
As do I.
Yeah. So getting back, Pak-mei, especially all the Hakka Kung Fu, is very Gojudu Karate, Gojiru Karate is very similar. You could see the influence that Hakka Kung Fu has in those two arts, the Gojiru and Gojuru. So we do explosive power, which is called Chinkuchi, and they call it Luging. It's basically the same principles. And a lot of times when we do our forms, we like sink and then we rise a little bit. And Pak-mei does that. And Pak-mei, Southern Mantis, they all do that. And that's called the five energies, the four energies of swallow, spit, flow, sink. So it's very connected. As a matter of fact, when I started studying with Dr. Chin, I started with Tai Chi, the Chen style Tai Chi under him. And then he started showing me some stuff on Pak-mei and Southern Mantis. And right away, I saw the connection that it had to my karate. And it had really helped me understand my Gojudu Karate even more. So it's a lot of similarities.
So you started Gojuru before you did Pak-mei?
Oh, yes. I started Gojiru back in the early days from Japanese Goju Kai, back in the late 70s.
Okay. So, yeah. And when did you start Pak-mei?
I started Pak-mei a few years ago. Yeah, quite a few years ago. So,
okay.
I really fell in love with it, and it has helped my karate a lot. Helped me understand my karate even more.
Nice. So you see the connection, and it actually helps out your prior martial knowledge.
Yes, it helped me understand even more my art, my karate art.
All right.
All martial arts are connected. All martial arts are connected. You just have to understand and analyze the motion of the system, and that's the key, to understand the motion.
Okay. So it was so really there aren't that many differences between your karate and the Pak-mei. There's actually more similarity than anything else.
I would think so, especially the way my sensei teaches Gojudu Karate. The way he teaches it, he teaches a lot of concepts, a lot of theories that you see in Pak-mei and in other Hakka systems, but they're not called, like the 6 harmonies. That's the alignment. I don't know if you're familiar with 6 harmonies: shoulder to waist, elbow to knee, hand to foot. You know, my teacher's big on that, but he doesn't call it 6 harmonies. But in Chinese martial arts, they call it 6 harmonies. So there's a lot of similarities, but I realized that a lot of the Okinawan karate practitioners don't call them by the Chinese names. They just show you the concepts. So that's the difference.
All right, that's good. It's just so you can say cross culture and that. Well, there's cultural differences. I mean, as well as just teaching method as well.
Yes, and you have to realize that the Okinawans back in the day, they related more to the Chinese than the Japanese. And then when the war happened and Japan took over Okinawa, but things changed a bit. But the Okinawans used to trade a lot with the Chinese, and they had a better relationship with the Chinese.
I kind of forgot that. I forgot the fact that Okinawa, because I'm so used to thinking of Okinawa as part of Japan. Right. But really Okinawa was its own.
Independent island, did a lot of trading with China. Matter of fact, we used to call our art just hand, then they would call China hand. And then to make it more politically correct, they changed the China hand into vast hand. But it's still called karate. Karate, the first character, kara, means China if you write it one way. And if you write it another way, the way it's written now, it's vast hand. A lot of people say empty hand, but it's really vast hand. And karate should really be pronounced kute instead of karate. Vast hand. Ku is more correctly pronounced.
Okay, and that's in the Okinawan Okinawan language or
well, that's in Japanese. Kute.
Kute. Okay.
Yeah, kute.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, Sensei. Let's go into the third question for you. Right. I'm very interested to hear your answer on this one. Right. What is the hardest part of developing one's kung fu or budo?
Consistency. You have to stay focused and stay on track. Don't let your slow progress, if you're having like slow progress, don't let that, don't let that turn you down and get disappointed. Just stay consistent. Don't think about rank. Stay consistent. If you stay consistent, you're going to improve and your skill will definitely progress. So I would tell everybody, just stay consistent. Don't worry about the belt. Don't worry about when you're going to get promoted. Don't worry about you have injuries. Stay consistent.
Think about the end goal.
Yeah, right? Think about the end goal. Term. Right. Don't think short term. Oh, I'm not making progress. Oh, I'm not getting promoted. Just train. That's what I did. I just trained. I didn't care about rank. I didn't ask for rank. I didn't ask for anything. I just wanted to train and learn and polish my skills.
And that's the important thing right there. That's the important thing. As long as you learn.
Yeah, right? Karate is martial arts is a personal thing. It's between you and the art. So you have to have a relationship between you and the art. What did I learn today? How can I make this better? How can I improve? And that's your relationship. Don't worry about what other things. Don't worry about somebody else progressing better than you. Just train. Stay consistent.
All right. I that's a really good answer.
Thank you very much.
That's the biggest thing. Right?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Sensei. So if you could teach the new generation of martial artists only one thing, whether it be philosophy or technique, what would it be?
I would say philosophy, and I would say respect all martial arts, be kind to others, and I'll quote my sensei, everything starts by giving first. So that's what I would tell the next generation. Very important. Yeah, everything starts by giving first. Don't be selfish. Share your knowledge. Help the young generation, but teach them respect, which is, the way things are going on now. these young guys don't have too much respect. Teach them the value of the art.
All right. That's awesome. That's an awesome answer as well.
Thank you.
Right. So I got one more question for you then, Sensei. Right.
Yes.
How can you be contacted?
You could go to BuddhaQuestMartialArts.com, or you could just look me up on you could Google my name and my number will come up and my website will come up.
Okay. So information for Sensei Luis Morales will be in the description below. Also in the description below is going to be a link for Feiyu shoes. If you need Feiyu shoes, go ahead and click the link below. Get the best prices, best deals, all at Feiyu shoes. Grab a copy of Okinawa Goju Karate Jutsu, the teachings of Kenshi Kai Gojuru by Hanshi Luis Morales. Link in the description. Sensei Morales, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you and be safe, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All the same to you as well.
All right.
Thanks for the time. All right.
Thank you.